Jewish and all war veterans, parliamentarians, excellencies and members of the diplomatic corps, Mayor Watson, members of provincial parliament, city councillors, members of the clergy, heads of agencies and organizations, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Floralove Katz, and with Annalie Chebrud and Fred Litwin, I organized today's commemoration ceremony. Let me also thank Daniel Stringer, Benita Zemiatiki, Bran Bregman, and all volunteers with Jewish Family Services for their tangible support, as well as the offices of Mayor Jim Watson and Somerset Ward Councillor Catherine McKenney for your tremendous assistance. Je vous suis très reconnaissante. Due to the sobriety of this event, we would ask that you please hold any applause. En raison de la nature sobre de cet événement, nous vous prions de retenir les applaudissements. This annual International Holocaust Remembrance Day ceremony honors the estimated 2 million Jewish children and 4 million adults tortured and murdered during the world's most industrialized and mechanized genocide. This year, 2015, also marks the 70th anniversary of the liberation by the Russian Red Army of the Auschwitz-Birkenau extermination camp. So, on what should we focus when we speak of the Holocaust? I would suggest two things. First, that the Holocaust was distinctive. And second, that the lessons we can learn from the Holocaust can be applied to other atrocities, past and ongoing right now. The Holocaust was a crime in which virtually every country in the globe was complicit, either by participating in the killings, by denying refuge to those attempting to escape, or by granting safe haven to Nazi mass murderers. The Holocaust was not just a crime against humanity, it was a crime of humanity. The Holocaust happened not just because there were racists in power in Germany, but because ordinary people around the world either collaborated or did nothing. Notwithstanding international commitments to post-Holocaust never again genocides continue. Anti-Judaism has witnessed an unprecedented world growth spurt of about 30% increase in the past year over the previous decade. In the past 12 months alone, Jews were murdered in Brussels, in a museum, in an Israeli synagogue, praying, and a few weeks ago in a Paris food mart, along with cartoonists for writing cartoons, journalists for being journalists, police for policing, and Jews just for being Jews. Tens of thousands now march in cities all across Europe calling for Jews to the gas, égorgez les Juifs, and other slogans none of us should ever believe possible during the lifetimes of these precious Holocaust survivors continue today. Hate websites proliferate, art exhibits, and operas at the Met exploit terrorists' achievements. The flags of terror groups are legally flown in public demonstrations, serving to incite hate. Religious garb, like the kippah, makes the wearer an immediate target for attacks all over Europe today. In November 2010, the Ottawa Protocol was adopted as a blueprint for action by parliamentarians from over 50 countries at the Interparliamentary Coalition for Combating Anti-Semitism. It was the work of the Honourable Erwin Kotler. He spearheaded it all with Eli Wiesel, David Matus, and many other brilliant men and women. It urged all governments to combat any manifestations of anti-Semitism and all forms of discrimination, in particular online, to establish mechanisms for monitoring and reporting on domestic and international anti-Semitism, to adopt a broad working definition of anti-Semitism, to anchor enforcement of this definition in existing law, and to work with universities to encourage them to combat anti-Semitism. To date, Canada is the only government that has signed on to that Ottawa Protocol. With your presence here today, all of you understand the importance of engaging every government sign on to that Ottawa Protocol. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is that good people do nothing. And now, let me introduce our Master of Ceremonies, a man so well known to most of you in this room and to all of Canada that he needs really no introduction. Rabbi Reuven Polka was recently named a member of the Order of Canada for, among many reasons, his extraordinary interfaith community outreach and humanitarian work over many decades. Rabbi Polka.